Okay, and it looks like all right. It looks like we're live on Facebook and YouTube again, and the microphone is working. So thank you all for your patience. So all right, well, let's begin. Let's begin our meditation for today, or the morning rather. Just get my gong. This is important. Okay, I hope you're all doing well this morning. I know that some of us are might be experiencing a lot of negative emotions. There's a lot of grief going on right now because of everything that's happening, anger, frustration, and that's all. Of course, it's normal to feel all of those emotions, but it's also an opportunity for us to go deeper and to work with those emotions, to listen to those emotions, to see what they are trying to tell us, right? So to see what we can do, because ultimately that's where frustration comes, right? Where when you feel the you feel like you can't help, and so meditation allows us to listen to those emotions and listen to what they have to say, and once we go through them, consciousness, awareness, on the other end can help us figure out how to act and how to actually be engaged and help others. Because ultimately, I think that's where sometimes, most of the time, sadness comes from this place where we're not sure how to help. We're not sure um, how to help properly, right? So, okay, so let's take a moment. Let's close our eyes. Let's just let's first, before anything, bring awareness into the body. We are emotional beings, so let's bring our awareness to our emotions. How do I feel this morning? And what's also important is, where do I feel my emotions in the body? Take a moment to scan your body as you begin to consciously breathe in complete breaths, breathing into your belly, using all of your lungs to breathe. Right now, there's a lot of frustration, anger, sadness. And these emotions can be felt at the pit of our stomach, right around our diaphragm. You can feel tension there. And so let's take a few deep breaths, breathing deep into our belly, expanding our diaphragm. Taking as much air as we can, slowly in. And as you hold the breath, let your belly expand. Slowly release through the mouth. Again, deep inhalation. Breathe in deep. Exhale and release. Let's continue now, breathing in a normal way. And when I say normal, I mean we use our entire lungs to breathe. And for that, you need to always breathe sort of into your belly. It almost feels like you're breathing into your belly, but obviously, realistically, you're breathing all the way down into the lowest parts of the lung, which pushes the diaphragm down and expands your belly. And let's work with our chakra in the solar plexus. This chakra can begin to spin positively with the letter Ooh. So let's work with this mantra. With every breath you take in, you bring in consciousness, awareness. You expand your belly. You release without creating tension. The lower the tone of the mantra, the lower that you go into this chakra. So you can go deep. Like you're singing the mantra from your gut, from your stomach, not from your throat. Can you feel the difference? Singing from your throat and from your gut. Let's do this one more time. Let's take a break. Let's continue to breathe only through the nose. Breathe in and out slowly, no rush. Let's take a moment to acknowledge that in this moment we're safe, we are healthy. And as we relax, as we breathe, we can begin to feel the body become calm, serene. Peace begins to settle in the body. Even if there might still be some sadness or any negative emotion, we can begin to feel peace among the chaos. And slowly this peace begins to take over. And as we continue to relax, this turns into joy. And we could be feeling still a degree of joy and a certain degree of sadness, and that's okay. Just it's important to be able to feel both. And slowly, as peace develops into joy, into love, into compassion, this begins to overpower emotions like sadness, grief, anger, frustration. It doesn't mean that we don't feel the pain of others. It means that now we're in a better state to actually help. And this makes us kind, manifests as kindness, affability. When we're able to send out compassion, love into the world, we're already helping others around us. So let's say, may all beings be happy. May all beings be joyful. May all beings be in peace. May all beings be happy. May all beings be joyful. May all beings be in peace. One more time, from the depth of your heart. May all beings be happy. May all beings be joyful. May all beings be in peace. And let's say the mantra Aum 3 times. Aum. As we share and expand that love in all directions. Aum. Aum. And let's pray all together to the all-compassionate Avalokiteshvara Buddha, the Buddha of compassion, the Buddha of universal love and compassion, to have mercy on all of us, all of the sentient beings that are suffering, not only in this planet, but the entire universe, especially all divine compassionate being. Extend your rays of love, of compassion towards the family of George Floyd, and all of his family members, his loved ones, his friends, all of the entire Black community that is suffering, is being oppressed right now in these moments. This entire country, everyone that's suffering for this terrible tragedy. As well as all of those that have been victims of the unconscious actions of the police, and even those that we have unconsciously hurt in our own ignorance. We ask for compassion, for forgiveness. Let's chant the mantra Om Mani Padme Hum, sending love, compassion towards all sentient beings. Om Mani Padme Om Om Mani Padme Hum. 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 Om Padme Hum. Om Mani 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 Padme Hum. Om. And now let us together just be a few moments of silence in honor George Floyd, of all of those that have passed through, lost their lives. Due to police brutality, and also all of those that have lost their lives during this pandemic. Ultimately sacrificing themselves so that society can awaken to reality, to what's happening. So let's not allow their sacrifice to go in vain. Let's honor their death, their sacrifice. Let's honor them with a few moments of silence. When you're really ready, you can slowly begin to return and bring the practice to a close. Okay, welcome back, everyone. I hope that you're feeling a little better than you did before. I just thought it was appropriate to take a moment to honor, right, everything that's happening, and especially, um, honor the deaths of all of these souls that have, in essence, this is the way that I see it, and this this has been part of my meditations. That I see that all of these people that are all of these victims are victims of egoic, selfish, unconscious behavior, right? That we all have within ourselves as well. And even though we never killed anyone or have harmed anyone to such an extent, we do carry within ourselves psychological elements, right? That if left unchecked, or if we nourish them, they can develop into those extreme expressions, right? Certainly, we all have felt in some way or another. We all feel different, separate from other groups. We all feel perhaps better than other groups, or even below other groups, right? We feel sometimes that we see certain people as being better than us, and some and we feel better than, and intolerance, right? All of these things are psychological elements that begin to develop in a person, that we all have them, but because of the environment in which someone grows up in, and it develops more than in us, or than in the rest, and most of humanity. Really, most of humanity has these things under check all the time. Nevertheless, we do have all of those things within us, right? And so it's important to not just point fingers and say, I condemn this person, that person, but ultimately to recognize that we have those things within ourselves as well, and to and if anything, this is all a reminder that we need to really do our work so that our psychology never gets to that extreme. And that's why I feel that I see people like George Floyd, and other people that have been victims of police brutality, the Black community, even my community. I'm Latino. I'm a person of color, and I have experienced, right, racism, and so for every suffering, for every pain that any of these groups, or any group in general, you don't have to be. I think in general, this is all about, ultimately, it's not. Yes, there is racism, but there's also racism between, even, or maybe not racism, but intolerance, even be among people of the same race, right? The people from the North think they're better than the people from the South, vice versa, right? And all of this is intolerance, and that's what breeds violence. And so we have to really check in with ourselves and make sure that we break those barriers of intolerance. And that's all from egoic behaviors, right? From false perceptions of who we are and who others are. And so that's why I say that we should honor their deaths, because their deaths are a sacrifice. I see them as martyrs that are sacrificing themselves to bring awareness, right, to a certain issue, whether it's the COVID victims, or the victims of police brutality, or women that are, victims of sexual harassment, you know, um, um, people that suffer from, the words are escaping my mind right now. Domestic violence, right? All of those people are victims, and their pain should be a sign, right, for us to awaken to all of these things that we have within ourselves, and that we have to work with, not left unchecked, and ultimately begin to do things that alleviate those things in the world, right? And doing our work is the beginning, because when we get rid of those things within ourselves, other people becoming inspired, right, to do that. Remember, be the change that you want to see in the world. As Master Samael Veor says, the society is their society is an extension of the individual, right? When the individual changes, society changes. And so let's honor their deaths, let's honor their sacrifices by doing our work, by transforming our psychology so that we can be better people. And when that happens, we're alleviating, right? We're eliminating these problems from the world. So, all right. Thank you for hanging out a few moments with me. I just wanted to share this and take an opportunity to bring light to all of this. So we'll see you again tomorrow. We're going to have a class on Vipassana meditation, okay, to help us connect deeper with the practice of meditation, to connect deeper with ourselves, with others, because that's what meditation is all about. It's not about just detaching from the world. It's actually about connecting deeper with ourselves and with others, right? So we'll have that tomorrow morning at 9:30. You can go to our website, nycgnosis.com. You can register there for that course, for that class, and then we'll have the meditation again at 10:30, as we usually do. Okay. All right. Thank you all. Peace be with you all, and stay strong and in love. Okay. All right. Bye. Bye, Diane. Bye for hanging out. I'm glad that the meditations are helping you, Bunny, as they are too. Also, Diane, I know. Thank you. See you.